Welcome to my fragrance world. Let's learn together and grow together. So, how are you guys doing? Let's talk about blue fragrances. Blue fragrances are interesting. They are my favorite. I like woody fragrances, and yes, blue fragrance, in my experience, has equaled having a fresh scent, usually some type of a citrus like a bergamot, mandarin, something citrus, and then the base being woody. You know what I mean? And having tonka bean, you know? So for the most part, that is a blue fragrance. Now, if somebody were to ask, what was the first blue fragrance? Guys, nobody really knows, because fragrance got its start essentially, for the most part, in Egypt, thousands of years ago. And don't forget, Nile River. So they had aquatic, natural occurring fragrances there. They had naturally occurring citrusy fragrances there. And they definitely had, we can only imagine, the best woody fragrances there. So I'm sure there was a form of blue fragrance there. But in more recent years, more modern time, one would argue that it was the aqua velva, because velva, is it called aqua velva? Yeah, aqua velva, because some people consider blue fragrances to be like minty or things like that, but for the most part, blue fragrances are considered to be the citrusy top and woody base. It can be aromatic, it can be of different things. So when someone says citrusy, we're talking about lime, mandarin, bergamot, orange, grapefruit. Those are citrusy. When we talk about woody, we mean things like cedar, sandalwood, gaiac, there's a bunch of different ones. And, you know, then you also have the tonka bean, which is a nice smell that's added. So those are essentially the blue fragrances. There's a ton of different blue fragrances. I love them. When is the best time to use them? The good thing about blue fragrances is that they are a 24/7, 365 fragrance. You can wear them any hour of the day, any month of the year, for the most part, because they are so unoffensive, you know? I was researching and I read, they were talking about Cool Water by Davidoff, and they were saying that that kind of created the lane for modern day blue fragrances. And the reason for that is because it was the first, and I remember it's during my time, it was the first fragrance in modern time to use fresh smells, kind of like detergent or fabric softener. And one of the aroma chemicals that were used for that is called dihydromercenol. And that was one of the aroma chemicals that was used to create this new lane of fresh scent fragrances. And it really did open the door. So if someone were to ask me what are my favorite blue fragrances, I'm going to tell you off the bat is Bleu de Chanel. Off the bat, Bleu de Chanel. Now, one might argue that the eau de toilette, remember, eau de toilette means that it's lower concentration of the aroma oils, okay? It's lower concentration. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to last less, okay? So, but me personally, my introduction was the eau de toilette, and then I purchased the eau de parfum, and I fell in love with the eau de parfum. I don't argue with anybody over fragrances, because guess what? Our noses are different. Our noses are so different, like our fingerprints are. We can spray the same fragrance and pick up similar notes, but in a different way. So I don't argue with anybody over fragrances. The other one that I really love is Dylan Blue. Dylan Blue. It's so good. This is by Versace. I love the smell. Oh my goodness. Just spraying it on makes me feel regal. Now the next one might say, that's not a blue fragrance. If you go by the description of a blue, it's citrus, has a woody note, and some of them, most of them have an aquatic type of added fragrance, maybe salt, maybe sea breeze. But this one, Carolina Herrera Bad Boy, for me, is a blue fragrance, and it is one of my newer blue fragrance. It is woody and it has the citrus. So if you were to take the basic elements of a blue fragrance, citrus top, woody bottom, this one doesn't have a woody bottom per se, but it does, because even though the cedar wood, I believe it is felt mostly in the heart, you still feel it in the base. So that's why I do consider it to be a blue. So my top 3 blue fragrances is Bleu de Chanel, number 1, Versace Blue, my 2nd, and Carolina Herrera's Bad Boy, 3rd place. Okay, so that was the conversation on blue. If you guys have any more information, please feel free to put the information down there. When I say let's learn together and grow together, I mean that from the heart, guys. I'm so excited about learning about fragrances and how it's made, and it's so amazing. I could literally, fragrance videos are my ASMR. I go to sleep to like Tiff, I think her name is Tiff Anderson or Tiff Henderson, Big Beard Business, Riddlescence, Brooklyn Fragrance Lover. I go to sleep, like I literally go to sleep listening to them because it's just that soothing for me. So the next video I'm gonna talk about, guess what? I wanna talk about Jafra. Jafra. Have you guys ever had any Jafra fragrances? I have a friend, she sells Jafra fragrances. She also sells Avon fragrances. And I said, let me find out about these. So this is Jafra's perfume called Flores, and the other one is called Inegal. That's what I'll be talking about tomorrow, okay? So I hope this was good. I hope I was able to help or enlighten, who knows? Okay, guys, so now I'll sing you out. Goodbye, my lovely Marshall blenders. I'll see